Good morning.
Hi.
It's Heather and Nikki from Woolly Elephant. It's been a while. We apologise, we're at a bit of a funny angle, but we've got Joseph over here playing and I've got the camera balanced on the back of the setting. In fact, I think we look just a little bit skew with. We've got the camera balanced on the back of the armchair right in front of us because last time he was going for it. So now we can wander and play in front of us. So, slightly different angle, but we're hoping this works. So, it's been about... yeah, we have to look up, no double chin. It's been about 5 weeks, I think.
Hey, something like
about
that.
5 weeks since we last podcasted. We said it'd be a while. You've just had so much going on, haven't you?
Yeah.
I have posted, if you watch, I've put a couple little vlogs on in the meantime. We'll probably continue to do that. There's no way, we'll probably, with the pile of stuff I've got here and the pile of stuff Nikki's got, whether we'll get everything on, everything shown today that we want to show.
I did sit down at the weekend to actually do a vlog, but then thought, I remembered that we were doing today, so I thought it'd just be pointless.
Yeah, so we might start and calling them vlogs as well. It's never know what to call them because it's not a podcast episode, but I have the time occasionally to do an episode on my own. I don't know if you have the time to do an episode just Fridays. On a whim, just pick it up and just do it.
That's what I went to do on the Friday. I went to pick up the camera. I've got a little digital thing. And I sat there, I had all my stuff, and I thought, hang on Wednesday I'm going to be talking about this all again anyway.
Yeah, so to talk about the things that maybe we don't fit in.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back a couple of... I know! Going back a couple of episodes, we did a giveaway. They've had all this time to contact us and never have, so the winners. So we're going to redraw the giveaway. I haven't got time to do it during this episode, but I will do it later and I'll insert it. So if you entered the giveaway for the flamingo bag or the sock set of yarn that we did, then hopefully you've got another chance to win. So it's quite disappointing when you do a giveaway and people enter and then the winners don't get in touch.
But oh well.
But that gives other
people... They've had loads of time.
Yeah, they've had about 8 weeks, I think. But that gives somebody else a chance anyway. So we'll go back and I'll redo it. Whether I'll get that done today or not. Today is Wednesday the...
I want to say 6th, 5th.
It's June. It's first week in June. I don't know off the top of my head. I can't check my phone because
time's flying too fast.
We're videoing on the phone. So, without further ado, I have many finished objects.
Oh, my finished objects are cross stitch, and I've got some knitting actually.
Actually, I forgot to get my cross stitch out to show.
Go your cross stitch and I'll start gas finding.
Right, you go on.
So I've kind of been in a knitting slump. I think it's mainly because started trying to knit the Elton. I don't know if I mentioned about it in the last podcast. It's a cardigan by Jorge Locatelli, and I was knitting it in some yarn that Mum dyed.
Yeah.
Yellow wagtail, I think it was called. It's like
grey and yellow.
Grey and yellow. And I was using a contrast yarn.
Wendy Air.
Which was Wendy Air, and it's mohair, kid mohair.
It's only a bit mohair, but
no, it's the majority of it's mohair.
70%, was it?
95. And 5%'s something I never heard of before. I had to Google it, and I can't remember what it was. But it was a high content, and I was trying to knit it, and my eyes were streaming, my nose was going, my throat was itching. And then I put a post on Instagram asking people what to do. Somebody suggested put it in the freezer, so I did that in a plastic bag. But as soon as I started knitting with it, it still flew everywhere anyway. So that kind of defeated the object. Mum said put a mask on, and I thought, you know what? If I'm having this much trouble knitting it's not worth it because I'm not going to wear it. So I did plan to show what I'd done today because I've not ripped it back yet, but forgot it.
You're going to redo it, and we're just going to get some regular lace weight because I fancy doing it as well. Get some regular lace weight that's not mohair. That's not mohair. So you can get the same effect without the fluff.
Oh my, it was. So since then, I've not really been interested in knitting. I've been doing my sock head hat. I'm still knitting the million miles of stockinette. and I'm still knitting a pair of socks. A pair of socks I can't remember the name, and I had to have a good 20-minute conversation with Mum to try and figure out what it was.
Oh yeah.
To try and figure it, but I still have been knitting, just not loads. But I've been doing these dishcloths with the intention of.
Did what's her name, Amber off Yarn Hoarder?
Yeah.
Inspire you to do all these?
I just wanted to do some of that was a quick fix, like, but same pattern, just 2 different needle sizes. Same the pattern I used, I added 10 extra stitches on, but this is on size 4 needles, and this is Summer Breeze cotton.
Summer Breeze, that was a Stylecraft yarn I used to sell years ago.
So it's no tip size, it's just a dishcloth. But this is the same pattern, but on size 5s.
Millimetres, that is.
Millimetres. And this is Rico soft cotton. I think it was a freebie.
I can actually tell you, I'll go and get that conversion over there. I can tell you what size that is in American.
But this has got a great big stinking knot in it. I don't know if you can see there from the yarn, but I think the pattern, it was a free pattern I found off Ravelry. It said up to 43 stitches.
Let me just say,
or 45.
4mm in US is 10, and what was the one? 5mm is 8 in US. And the old, I know people sometimes, like my mum, work in the old UK sizes.
Oh jeez.
A 5 is a 6, a 5mm is a number 6, and a 4mm is a number 8 if you work in the old UK sizes, before it went to millimetres.
So, yeah, it asked for something like 43 stitches, and when I got it, it wasn't really that sizable. Because I was comparing it to the dishcloth I have at home, so I think I'd even add another 10 stitches on to this and just make it not much bigger.
Make them bigger.
Make them bigger. But the pattern I was using did say DK, heavy DK or worsted.
I keep thinking about ordering some Knit Picks dishes because that gets recommended a lot.
Yeah, or
I quite fancy doing some.
The sugar and
spice.
Sugar and cream or something. You can get it with Hobbycraft, and that's cotton.
Yeah.
And people use that for dishcloths. Sugars and cream or strawberries and cream or something like that.
I know the one you mean.
It's like Knit Picks, but the UK version. So I've done them. I've done a few more at home, but they failed miserably from all the different patterns I've tried. But my plan is to knit a few of these and just either give them or sell them more. They were just my quick fixes, knitting wise. But my other finish, I've got another half finished up.
Woo! Crash! What did you do?
Oh, did you get your cross stitch?
Yeah. He's just gone crash to the ground.
Come here. Just cuddle.
Oh, he banged his head.
Just cuddle.
No.
No.
Stressed.
Oh.
Josie, come here.
Just cuddle.
No, not to play.
You want me? You want Nanny?
Kill me. No, he's off. That's it. All is well.
So that's what I've been doing. That's what I've got finished knitting wise. Little penguin. Cross stitch. Out of one of my old magazines. Oh, I'm gonna have to stand up every time I show something.
Sit forward.
Yeah. Yeah. So I found one of my old magazines, cross stitch magazines I saved, and this was in it, all but the back stitch. Don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I can't really do much.
You can get one of those little clear acrylic key rings.
Well, in the magazine, yeah, I had clear baubles, and you put the cross stitch inside the bauble. But I've not really left when I did it first time. If I did it when the year it came out, I was 13. So cute little penguin. All I had to do was the back stitch.
That looks about the right size to put. You could put that in a little Christmas keyring.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I used to use things like that when I used to cross stitch years ago.
No, that's not finished.
No. I'll show mine later because it's not a finished object.
What else? I finished Mr. Harry Potter.
No.
So I've not washed them or ironed them or anything them yet.
That's cute, well cool that one.
So I'm well chuffed with him. I thought about getting the Ron pattern, which is basically the same, apart from his head's different. I do intend to turn him into a bag, but he might be a cushion. I'm not too sure yet. But I need to wash him and iron him and all the rest of it.
I don't know if you can hear that buzzing in the background. I've just turned it off. I've just thought you might be able to hear it as fish tank bubbles. There's a fish tank just here on your left. I've just turned it off in case you could hear it.
And then my next thing is a half object. So if you've got any finished objects you want to show before we go on half objects?
I haven't got any.
She's got none. She's been lazy and done nothing.
My knitting mojo's come back full swing, but I want to do other things as well. There's some things you've seen and some things you've not. I'll just get these out.
The magazine that I got my penguin in, I'm showing you later because I'll show you. I've got a whip that I'm currently working on.
What's your cup of tea?
Same. What have you got there?
Right. First thing,
You cheeky chops.
I wanted a quick. I've lost my page for these. Where've they gone? Isn't that just typical? I folded the magazine back so I'd be at the right page and it's closed. I'm just going to show you. Right. First thing I bought a bowl of wool, West Yorkshire Spinners. It was a DK one, was it Illustrious DK? It might have been, I think. It was just a rainbow stripe one. It was at the time I was at Fred Alder's in Manchester. And I wanted a ball of the rainbow 4-ply, which is what I thought I'd picked up, and it wasn't. It was DK, so I went on the hunt for a good DK sock pattern. Couldn't find one I wanted to do. Anyway, when I bought the Knit Now magazine I quite like this magazine.
I've not bought it in a magazine in ages.
Well, this was issue 98. If you've got that, this was the sock pattern. I thought I'd do. That was a double knitting pattern. I thought cracking. And these knitted up so fast.
They're cool though.
They are really cool. I really like these. I like like the waffly type effect on the heel. Which I haven't done before. It's basically the same as the normal slip stitch one you do, but you're moving it across each time. Oh God, it smells like toxic waste here. Walking under here. So these rainbow socks. So I thought they were pretty cool. So I haven't worn them yet. I've kept them looking pretty. The only shorter ones, not the shorty socks, but they can be folded down as well. They look quite nice folded down as ankle socks. I made them with the idea of wearing them around the house. But I knitted them up in a couple of evenings, about 3 evenings it took me to knit them. That's how quick it is to knit knit socks. So if you get second sock syndrome a lot and you're only going to wear them around the house, or you want them in your boots in the winter, knit some double knit socks really quick. And like I say, that pattern was by Audrey Allam. There's probably a good chance if you look on most patterns you see in magazines, you can get them on Ravelry. Buy them on Ravelry.
Or even on the
or you can buy the back issue.
The website itself.
If you select that, that's issue 98 of Knit Now.
I found if you wait long enough, they'll have the patterns on for free as a special.
Not always.
Later.
To tell a story, way back when we first started, I was doing Otter Cove cardigan.
Yeah.
I got the pattern out of a magazine. Don't know what happened to the magazine. I've done like 3/4. You knit it up to here. I should have knitted the sleeves first, and then you stitch them on, and then it's a yoke pattern. Could I find the pattern anywhere to finish it? Anyway, I went on Ravelry and just googled Otter Cove, and it came up, and I could buy it on Ravelry. So I was quite pleased. So at some point, I can finish it. So you just never know. Just Google it on Ravelry. Just search it on Ravelry if you like it. So that was the rainbow socks. Anyway, when I'd finished those, I had some left over that I quite fancied using. Now, I'd got the next Knit Now magazine by then. I don't normally knit things like this, which was, oh no, not the next one. That was issue 98. I'd had that one a while. This one is issue 102, which is not so long ago. It's not the current one, it's the one before that. And I just saw these. I thought, I've just got to knit one of them. They were so cute. I thought they were going to be, I didn't even look at the measurements. I thought they were going to be tidgy little things. Well, not so tidgy. And mine looks like a cat. Because I am useless at faces. I am useless at faces. They just did 2 lines for the nose, and I did it, and you can barely see it. So it looks like a cat sheep.
Cat sheep.
He's a cat sheep.
Hybrid.
But he's got a lovely cable.
He does.
He's got a lovely cable. I just love it. Lovely cable jumper. He was he's all in wool. This was Peter Pan Baby Merino. And his head's at a little angle. But he was so cute. And I thought when I get around to it, I might do more of those. Get his face better. And I might put the proper little, the little black bead eyes that you can buy. It was just, I didn't want to put things like that on in case this little man wanted to play with it when he came. So that was the sheep. Out of Knit Now. So I bought this one as well. Well, you know, baby's eating dragon. You can make that helmet and everything. Cool. Look at that. I saw the next one because I don't subscribe to it, but look at that baby there. He's got a knight's helmet on and a dragon.
He needs it.
I've got that one as well. Whether I'll get around to doing that, I don't know, but it's so cute. That picture just was so cute. But it's good for accessories, this magazine. Yeah. For quick knits. I mean, I don't like a lot. I'm not into. I don't particularly like to buy Let's Knit or Knit Simple or. I have bought them a lot in the past, but I never knit anything out of any of them. And I also find the patterns are wrong a lot.
Yeah, that's not good.
There's always errata. Whatever I picked in it always seems to have an errata in it. Not obviously everything, but so it kind of put me off. I tend to buy the Knitter or Knitting. And there's a Knit Simple one from America. Occasionally get that as well. Occasionally appears in our shop. But that's two of mine. Do you want to show any more before I carry on?
My next one's a half object.
Right. So that's two. I then finished Michael's cardigan. This is one that I said I'd have finished in like a couple of weeks, which I've now finished, and I have put well cool froggy buttons, which I got from the buttonhole. There we are, frogs. One of every colour. I didn't know which colour to pick, so I said, how many colours is there? And there was exactly 6, which is what I needed in buttons. I said, I'll stick one of every colour on. Because you try picking a colour button to match a teal cardigan. This will go really nice with his hair colour.
Well, yeah. Can't wait to put it on him.
This is some cheap acrylic I bought when I first got back into knitting quite a few years ago. It's really... It's knitted. This is fisherman's. Every other square is fisherman's rib. So it's very.
You did this out of a magazine, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a magazine supplement. I think it was from Knit Now. I can't find where I've put it. I actually had it in my. That is it there. Looking out that way, we can see the crochet blanket on. Actually, that might be it. I know we're looking at it there. It's just sticking out that box.
This here.
Yeah, might be that because it was a baby supplement. Yeah. Oh, this was Simply Knitting. An old Simply Knitting magazine. So I do buy it occasionally. I think I bought it for this.
Yeah.
Because it's another magazine I buy. I saw this on the front because this was in the back of the magazine, and I saw that very serious looking baby in that jacket there. It's so serious looking. And I thought, I like the look of that. I might knit that. But one of the boys. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. There he is. Look at that baby. Who are you looking at? That's what he's saying, isn't it? You put me in this happens. You're pointing the camera at me. Go away. That's what he says. Oh. But I like that, and it goes up.
Not a smiley baby like that.
No. It goes up to age 5 to 6.
All right, cool.
So I thought it's a good one that I can use again, and because it was Serdar by Serdar, and I knew Serdar patterns went up to a reasonable size. So some of them are just baby size, and some of them would go up to that. I can't remember which Simply Knits it was in.
Sorry for shaking.
Oh, is he on the chair? Is he leaning on the chair?
We're walking around it.
Can
you not get your car? Oh, dear.
Sorry, I'm just trying to steady as well. He's decided to play on the chair of all places. He's got a table right here in front of us to play.
Josie, what's this? Oh, yeah, Mum, whatever.
So that was it anyway. That was a supplement from a Simply Knitting magazine 2 or 3 months ago, I think. Something like that. Maybe 3 months ago. Because that had been sitting around. I'd picked it up. I'm hoping that colour. It's the only thing with acrylic, you can't block it. I'm hoping, I've knitted it the length it said, I'm hoping that collar will stay down once it's been washed.
Well, I've got a couple others that I like that.
I was only going to say, when you wash it, don't spin it. Because with it being fisherman's, you know, like a ribby texture in it.
So just to wash
It'll stretch it.
Hand
Or if you
wash
do, or if, no, you don't necessarily have to hand wash it, because you can go in washing machine, put it in a knitting bag. Have you got a knitting bag?
Yeah.
Put it in a knitting bag so that it doesn't, because if you spin them too fast, you can spin them, but if you spin them too fast, it stretches them out. Especially when they've got a, what's the matter? Especially when they've got a rib pattern in them.
Yeah. Thanks.
I was going to move it down onto the table as he decided he wanted the chair. He just spotted something on the telly. He's on his feet now, so he's just into everything. So that was those. And then the next one I finished was my Summer Meadow shorty socks. These were basically is it Rose City roller, but I like put a cuff on them as opposed to
I don't like that roll top.
a roll top. Well, I actually quite the ones I was wearing yesterday. I don't mind the roll top. They don't come down. I expected that they'd slide down under your feet and stuff, but they don't.
No.
But I like the little. I prefer a little cuff top, so I just do. I think it's 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 rows. I do the heel flap and gusset no matter what I do, because I've done a pair of socks with the afterthought heel and they just don't fit my feet. So this is my Summer Meadow colourway. What's he doing? Just check. My Summer Meadow colourway, and this is my Jaffa Orange colourway in the minis, which is a sparkle yarn. So I was quite pleased with those. I'd been keen to make a sample of that yarn for a while. So that's those finished.
Doing that, Joseph.
What's he doing?
He's pushing it to the back of the chair and he can't get to it, so then he's getting stroppy.
And then my last finished object,
This is a stroppy ball.
excuse me, was these. I've had these on the needles for ages. Forgot to bring my sock blocker in to put these on. I've got them on something else. So I brought these in. See, now I've done a true, you know, the cutting afterthought heel on these. It just doesn't, it's way too shallow for my foot. I know on Knitting Experts you can do a conversion.
I know.
But I like the heel flapping. I like the heel flap. It fits my foot so well. So these don't fit my feet. But this was when I was in the Knitology Sock Club, I think, that was in America. Knit Crate. Knit Crate? Knit Crate. Yeah, Knit Crate. And they did a sock club as well, Knitology Sock Club. So this is a yarn I've had sitting around for years. And I didn't like, and I didn't know what to do with when it came. And I like greens. Anyway, I thought I've got to knit it up. I don't like it now it's knitted up. It said jazzy.
It is pretty jazzy.
And this, I just put in totally different to what it is. This is my Victorian teacup colourway in my Polworth yarn that I had left over from a pair of socks that I did to contrast those. So I finally finished those. So,
They're really jazzy.
but they don't fit me. So there's a few ends that need weaving in on that one.
Woo!
You can have those
Thanks.
because you've got smaller feet, so they might fit yours. If they don't fit, you give them me back, and we'll put them away for a present or something.
Okay.
I know that's how I feel about that's all my finished objects. I feel like throwing the paddle too. What? I know. It's because you've got a stinky bum. Yeah. Play with your helicopter, look. Woo!
Change your stinky bum in a minute. When we're finished.
Trying to do. Sorry. Distractions. Oh, I have one more. Forgot, but it's 99% finished. I've had my loom out. I've shown on my little vlogs. I showed me what. Was it taking this up? No, it was that one I took off the loom. No, I have two. Sorry, I've had two. There's this one behind us on here. This was in my Christmas cracker colourway in double knitting. I did the full width of my 24-inch rigid heddle loom, and I wanted to do a piece of fabric for Nikki to turn. Whoops! For Nikki to turn into bags. I'm loath to part with it now because if you wrap it around your neck, it makes a really looks real good. Oh, it does. It looks really makes a really soft. It's, like I say, it's in a double knitted. Do you know I've lost my Christmas cracker recipe?
Oh God!
I've lost a couple of recipes, and I know I made a recipe for it because obviously I dyed this after I'd done the Christmas colourway. I did it for Christmas, or quite a lot of it at Christmas, in the fingering weight, and then I went on and dyed this. So I know I've got the recipe for it, but can I find it? This one and another colour that I'm doing I can't find the recipe for that either. And I'm sure I haven't used another book, but I must have done, because I can't find either of them. So it's most frustrating, because I wanted to do a stripy colourway in this as well. But anyway, it's really cosy. But
what are you doing, kid?
it's going off to be turned into bags. So this is my weaving. I did show me pulling this off the loom and finishing it off on the vlogs. But that's that one. So I've been getting into the weaving lately, wanted to do a bit more because I fancied making scarves and selling them. So this is my latest one I've finished. This is in the Just Magical colourway. I think they come out a little bit more true to the skein when you're weaving, because I've not used them in the warp when you warp your loom. I used a lilac for that, and in that one I used a cream, so that you just get the colour of the wool going in the weft going across. So that's that one. But I did all my calculations and blah blah blah, and obviously made a complete and utter cock up of it because I ran out.
Oops.
Without that much to go, I ran out. But saying that, this is one of the very first yarns I dyed when I was first practicing at yarn dyeing. And I just did the one in the lilac. It hasn't got obviously a name because it's one sitting around. I dyed it on Knit Picks straw fingering, I think it was. They're bare yarns. It's really soft actually. But that's what I've used for the warp.
You got stomach.
You couldn't hear that. That was what I was That's what I used for the warp. So I just used what I had left.
Cat. Joseph.
That's what I used to finish it off. Now, at first I thought it's not going to look right, but I didn't want to waste all that warp. But I think that looks quite nice. Yeah, it looks all right. I'm toying with putting like stitching, a cross stitch pattern. What do you think? Where it meets.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I thought about doing big crosses, like little big cross stitches going across. So it's not just finish that, start that, even though it's like a colour block. And I have.
There's a kitty cat.
Done. Tassels on the end. I've just got to finish going across.
He's waving on.
I've got to finish doing the ones on this end. It makes my fingers sore doing it. I've joined a group online. Course, it's School of Sweet Georgia. I think it's called School of Sweet Georgia. And they've got courses on there for knitting and dyeing and weaving. Well, I wanted to go on it for the weaving and have a look at what the courses were for the dyeing. And I think it was $19 a month, and it's done by the lady that does obviously Sweet Georgia Yarns, which is a really big yarn company. See if I could pick up tips. So she showed doing that, even though I've got instructions in my book on how to do that. It's so much easier when you watch somebody do it, showing how to twist those tassels. So I'm quite confident I can do that now. But saying that, I need a tassel twister, because by the time I'd gone across, it didn't take that long, but my fingers were sore from all the rolling. So that, if you like that was my Just Magical colourway. I really like this colourway. I've knitted socks with it as well. That was the leftovers from a pair of socks.
Well, you did really well then.
I knitted a pair of socks about that long, shorter than I like to wear them, and for a size 5. As opposed to, I'm a UK size 7, 6.5, 7, and I knitted them for a UK size 5, with about that long in the leg. And I did different heel, toes and cuffs in those for Nicola, Isaac's mum. And that is all the yarn.
I was going to say, I don't remember this.
No, that is all, I did it for Christmas, that is all the yarn that I had left after knitting a pair of socks. So if I'd have done a narrower scarf,
you'd have done it.
I'd have done it, but I like scarves a little bit wider. I don't know about you. I don't like skinny scarves.
I like massive scarves.
So, and I did it longer than ones I've made before. So you'll see more weaving, because I've got another one on the loom at the moment.
Kitty.
So that's it. That's all my finished objects.
No traumatising the cat. Be
Come on.
nice.
Cat'll move. If he doesn't, he's stupid. He's like nearly 20 years old. Falling to bits. No ears. He looks like a walking skeleton, because no matter what he eats, he doesn't put any weight on, because he's ancient.
So I started a quilt for Michael. And I wanted to show the top before I started doing anything else. Yeah, what are you telling me? Yeah, I see.
We're having full-on baby conversations at the moment.
So I'm going to have to stand up to show you this. So Michael requested big star with Spider-Man on it. I'm going to have to move back so you get squeeze anything in.
Jump it to move.
So here we are. This is part of what it is. Like we've got this the top, and then one of my squares go the wrong way. But who cares? So we've got like this fabric that says kapow on it. It's like Gur and Raw and kapow, and then we've got Spider-Man as per requested. Got some stars and polka dots. And I got this one. It's so big, it's twin sized. Got some generic superheroes, and that's it really. But it's a 8-pointed star. Found pattern off Pinterest. The one I originally wanted to do, I could just couldn't wrap my head around it. Well, he's dead excited for it. Hoping to get it done for his birthday. So, and I've found. What have I found? I've been looking up the best ways to quilt it all together. Because I'm going to buy a twin sheet, which is double. Twins are double. Bed sheet, because it'll be cheaper, I think. And I'm going to look for a Spider-Man one as well. So the bottom bed sheet that you put under, what you sleep on top of, not under. And the stuff that goes in the middle, the wadding, the padding, the stuff. I found it. I found some on Amazon that's twin sized for £16. Hogs, heirloom, something or other. This is my first ever quilt, proper quilt. I've done ones in the past where I've had fleece blanket and I've put a top on that I've patchworked, and I've done it that way, and then I've bound it with some binding. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining binding this, because yeah, I'll be hand finishing it. So that's that. I need to buy some of those quilting, curved quilting things. So that's my other half object. I think that's my own half object.
Are you doing it?
So it's kind of a third object because it's got 3 other stages to go yet, but it's still a big deal. It took a good 8 hours to do this. Terrorising everything.
Right. I also have decided. I'm not a big crocheter, as you probably know if you've watched us before, because
crocheting.
I am crocheting. I bought this because I couldn't resist. I think I showed it on the last episode. West Yorkshire Spinners. Bo Peep. They have a baby's yarn, children's yarn called Bo Peep. And this was a crochet book which I hadn't seen them do before. And I saw when I was flicking, I liked the poncho because I'm thinking Daisy, because obviously my niece is the same age as Michael, little Michael, who's 3. And I saw this inside. That's cute. Which I thought was very cute. And I had 5 balls. You've seen my rainbow coloured stripy yarns he wants to play with. I saw this and I thought, because I had 5 balls of Peter Pan baby merino in that colour, and I thought, well, I can use them for that. And it has matching. You look, there's matching toys. There's a matching teddy bear, and they've all got, every outfit in here has got a matching. The teddy bear's got a matching outfit.
I'm going to do that.
So, if I have the time, I'll hold it there, then you can't see the bottom. That's the teddy bear as well. So the teddy bear's got a dress and a crown. So I'm planning. The plan is to make both for a birthday. You can get that from West Yorkshire Spinners online. So this is how far I've got so far. I'm using a higher metal crochet hook. This is how far. My tension's a little bit tight. I don't know how to slacken my tension off on crochet, because just the way I hold the yarn, I haven't seen anybody else crochet like I do, or hold it like I do. Everybody else seems to have, they're doing this and they've got a finger in the air, I just can't do it. I hold mine, the way I hold my crochet hook underneath, and sort of go down at an angle, and I hold it pretty much like I do my knitting yarn. But this is how far I have got. These are some stitch markers from Copo UK that I I got those when we first started, the Christmas that we first started podcasting. And this is one from her latest picnic. Is it summer picnic range? That's like a baguette, look. Turn it over so you can see it properly. It's like a... It's really good. That's Copo UK on Etsy. And then there's another one. I'm not sure, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. What is that supposed to be?
Like a jam jar lid.
Is it a jam jar lid? I always wondered what this was. It looked like a pincushion to me, but it's from a summer picnic collection. I think that's the only ones I've got on there. But this is my crochet so far.
Oh, I forgot mine.
Which is going. So it's just plain UK double crochet, US single crochet, I think that is. Going around with a few increases because it's just plain, and then I think I might crochet a couple of flowers or butterflies or something just to jazz it up. But there you go, that's so far. So I've got about that much to go. So I just picked that up, but that's a good one to take to work, to do on my break. And it fits. I love it. This is my favourite little bag that Nikki made. One of the very first ones she made in my Welly Bob yarn. There's no interfacing in it, so it's dead squishy, which is perfect.
Cool.
Squishing up, well, I've not just caught the yarn, squishing up and shoving in my work bag. It's not like a makeup bag size, but I like it because there's no interfacing in it, and it squishes in my bag, and it's fitted that in quite nicely. Wonderful. So, and then my other project I've got going on, as you know, I did a V-neck boxy, which I've wore in the last couple of episodes. It's too short. I did it for the length, but I think it's too short for me. So I think I'm going to undo it, because I did it in pieces. I knitted that one in pieces. I can take apart the seams a bit. I'm just going to take apart the seams a little bit and then extend it. I've got enough yarn to extend the length on it, because that's why I'm not wearing it, because it drops. Boobs pull it up at the front, and it's designed, I think, to be a bit shorter, but it comes quite a bit shorter on me. It lifts up, probably because of my bust size, I don't know, but it lifts up quite a front. So I've just been wearing a long vest under it, but I still don't feel, because I'm quite big around my middle, don't feel comfortable. So I am going to pull that undone at the sides when I get around to it, and I'm going to lengthen it, maybe. If not, you never know, you might get lucky.
Cool.
But I decided to do another one because I like it. So this one, I did that one in pieces. I'd knit this one in the round. Any day in the week, if I've got an option to knit it in pieces, I'll knit it in pieces, because they're such long rows, and it was such, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of the patterns that we buy are knitted in the round, but I do prefer pieces. If I'm gonna have if I have the option in a pattern to knit flat, I will knit flat, because it just was. I just found it hard work doing the V-neck, all the backwards and the forwards, and especially with having to alternate the balls of yarn to get an even colour, because on these you couldn't really alternate on these because we're constantly wrapping and turning, so they look more pinky, whereas on the back ones, because you still knit in two pieces to the bottom of the V-neck before you start knitting proper in the round, and that I just found that anyway. This was my summer meadow colourway. It'd been sitting in the shop for, it was summer of 2018. I took a picture in Bodmin Gardens when we went, and it was so dry that summer. It was very beigey, browny, dry looking, but there was a couple of like pinky purple flowers. And I really liked the picture, so I did a colourway based on that. But it's been sat in the shop since I did it. It's not gone, and I've loved it since I did it. So I pulled it out, all of it out, and I thought I'm going to knit it. And I really like it. I'm not a pastel girl, but I really like this. Nice. To do it as long as I want it. At least I don't think I might have, but I want to do it a bit on the longer side, so I'll wear it more. Yeah. So I did a poll on Instagram. I think a couple of people voted. I shared it on Facebook. There was a salmon colour and a teal one. I've got in my shop. There's one called salmon and one called mermaid's tail. I was hoping people would vote for mermaid's tail, which one I'm going to colour block. I'm going to colour block the bottom third.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring it through. I was going to bring, if you want to have a look, go on Instagram, Woolly Elephant Mum, and have a look on there. I want to colour block the bottom third. And it was quite a bold green. But it matches.
It's a proper jewel green.
Yeah, but it matches. It's the same green that I use in here. I just use this a lot lighter. So it does match. Come on, get up.
Dog.
Or a salmon. The salmon matched in perfectly, but I thought it looked a bit pale. But I was going to go with whatever the vote was. I think it came out about 32%, 32% salmon, 68% green on the poll, something like that. And then in the other votes, the people on the post and on Facebook, it still came out with the green.
Yay!
Probably because people know me so well. So I'm going to do it with green. It will be a drastic change.
It'll be good.
A couple of somebody mentioned about fading it in, using the salmon and the mermaid and fading it in. But I don't like, not like, but I'm not into the fading. And hopefully by the time we next podcast, which I don't know when that'll be. We've said we'll try and be every 4 to 6 weeks now, especially with summer, and you don't get as many you don't get as many views anyway over that time. People are now starting to, as the weather's getting better, often doing other things, as are we, and not doing as much.
But extra, just different things.
But as it starts to get warmer, you knit a little bit, start knitting a little bit less. So it'll probably be about 4 weeks before the next one. I might have that finished. Oh, I should say, I'm knitting it on. I've alternated balls. I'm knitting it on. I think I've got one of these row counter markers. 33 more rows to go in that colour. 33 more rounds in that colour, and then I'm going to switch. I am knitting it on my higher bamboo. They're interchangeables with my little panda top stoppers.
They're knitting socks on them, I think. Mine are anyway.
The yarn's merino nylon. I am really looking for, somebody's asked me for this, wanted to buy some of this colourway after seeing it, but I'm going to have to, if I can find the rest of it. If not, I'm going to have to see if I can do it again.
Okay. Hope for the best.
I'm just going to have to look. I've got pictures of the wool spread out and it in the pan wet, so I'm going to have to see, because I didn't take the greatest notes up until recently, and it's only when I've come back to do the colours again and I thought, I've got a clue what I've written there. Started trying to keep better notes, and I'm keeping photographic notes as I'm going along as well. As I'm dyeing something, I'm photographing it as I'm going along. The only problem with this is how strong to do the colours and things like that.
Oh.
So if I can't find the rest of it, and my Christmas costume one, I wanted to do a self-striping and I can't find the recipe. I can find everything else, but I can't find them too. I don't know why. It's a bit unusual. So I think that's all the products I brought over. And my cross stitch.
Show your cross stitch one.
And then I've got some self-striping I've done to just show. Right, so I picked up, when I was rooting something, I picked up a cross stitch kit. Out of my stash, I've got quite a bit of cross stitch stuff from I used to do years ago. So I decided to, honestly, especially on a Sunday afternoon when we usually go out for the day, we're usually home by 3 or 4 o'clock. Husband often goes for a nap on a Sunday afternoon. As I've said before, he's an eczema sufferer and he doesn't sleep particularly well, so he likes his nap on a late Sunday afternoon. So then I go and sit in the front room, because the sun is on where we used to podcast from. The sun is on the front room late afternoon, and it's really nice. I've got an armchair in there now, and I go and sit. I can either do a bit of weaving, a bit of cross stitch. So this is the cross stitch I dug out. It's on 18 count. It's on 18 count. It's DMC, counted the Rose Fairy. I used to love stitching on 18 count. I used to do it quite a lot. And so I was quite happy to pick it up and do it now. And then it's only when I started doing it now. It's nearly 20 years later since I bought this kit. Wow. I thought, oh, Christ, that's small. As I'm going blind.
Squint.
As I'm going, you can actually see her now.
Oh.
As I'm going blind in my old age, you know. And I don't really think I'll pick 18.
Going blind?
I might not pick 18 count again in the future. Maybe 16. But I'm quite pleased with that. You're actually starting to see her now. So, and I find that's quite relaxing. I'm finding sitting and cross stitching, to be honest. So I'm enjoying doing that. I've bought another kit, which I'll probably show next time, with robins on. But I'm not even going to open it and look at it till I've done this one. Because I don't want to get sucked down that rabbit hole of buying, like I used to do, buying a lot of cross-stitch stuff that I'm not going to do for donkey's years. And I keep that in my bag. Nikki bought me this for Mother's Day from Chocobella.
Yeah.
In Chorley Town Centre, which is a chocolate shop, but she sells giftware stuff as well.
It's just nice.
Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, when I did that cardigan for Michael, if you're from our area, I bought the buttons in the buttonhole.
You did say.
Did I? Oh,
Excuse
that's alright.
me?
I like to mention our local shops.
Josie,
Everything's going flying.
stop it.
Right, that's that.
When I finished Harry Potter, I wanted to do a project, and I sorted out my craft room. Well, I say my craft room, my craft stuff, because it was disgusting. It was a mess. You can tell I used it. And I found this magazine and it's from Christmas 2013. Cross Stitch Favourites. And this is the one where I found that penguin in between the pages. And I've started doing this Santa. And I'm going to turn it into like this, a bag, and I'm going to put Josie's name on it. The pattern does ask for a 14 count, but I've done it on 16, so I'm doing this one. And this is what it looks like. I was hoping to get it finished yesterday, but I didn't get any time to do any of it. So here's how he looks. Done one present, I just need to do another. I don't want to do it red, because there's a lot of red in it. I'm bored of doing red, so I might either do another green one, or I don't know what colour to do. Might do a yellow one. I'm going to put his name on down at the bottom, Joseph there, and I'm going to turn it into a Christmas sack for his birthday. For his birthday, wait a minute, for Christmas. And that's on 16 count. I'm using DMC for reds. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that, and that's what the back looks like. Dead chuffed at the back. I'm trying to do them as neat as possible so they lie a lot smoother. Because when you're putting interfacing onto the back of the cross stitch, if you're going to turn them into bags and what have you, the neater your stitches on the back and the less knots and stuff like that, the better it adheres to, because there's less different bulky textures. Whereas normally my cross stitch on the back is usually a hot mess.
It's trying to weave them under a couple of stitches, isn't it? 3 or 4 stitches.
Normally, it would normally look like, when I first started
Look at mine.
doing it, it would normally look like this is the butterfly one that I've been doing. Now we've nearly got a whole wing. So, and that's what the back would normally look like. See this demonstration, that's what it used to look like before I learned how to cross stitch properly, and that's how now it looks like.
Oh, I don't think mine looks too bad on the back. I do tend to weave mine under, don't do knots. I'm not saying I've never done a knot, I might have the older one. I tend to weave them under. I start under 2 or 3 stitches, and then when I finish I go under 2 or 3 stitches.
You're not having that.
You can't have that. Thank you. I'll go find you some chocolate buttons. Yum. I think there's still something here.
And I already have my next project lined up. I've been doing a few little freebie patterns off Bought a magazine because I wanted the cross stitch along. It's of the UK. I forgot to bring the magazine with me, but I'll bring it when we do the next one because hopefully I'll have started it. Because there's one in there and it's got a sampler of all different teacups, time for tea, and it was pretty fun. And there's cross stitch along I want to do is of the UK, and it's done on sparkly blue Ada, whatever you want to call it. So that's fun. Joseph,
you don't want the cat. Yeah, you don't want the cat.
I'm just I'm really enjoying cross stitch in the evening. It makes my brain turn off because I have to concentrate on what I'm doing. And that's
Billy.
So
he's very vocal.
So that's that one. And I also want to do
You're stressed because Joseph, are you?
Oh, I want to do these. I think these are nice.
Billy!
The cones. Don't know if you could see that then. He's getting upset because of Joseph. Poor pussycat. He'll get over it. If he's not pulling on his tail.
Well, he's very vocal. Once he starts that normally it doesn't stop for ages.
I like that as well. But I don't know if I'll ever do it. So yes, that's what I've been doing. What you got?
Is that it?
I think so. If it is.
I'm surprised we squeezed all that into the length of time that we've got. I just want to show at the end that I have been doing some yarn to put in the shop, some self-striping. This is going to be Pansy colourway.
I brought my sock.
Joseph spotted these before, and I think he thought they were balls that he could play with, and was about to take off with them. This one, one I've just done. This is Nebula. I did this once before. It sold straight away. So these should hit the shop in the next few days. So if you're interested, you'd better favourite in the shop. Is it favourite in the shop, and then you get updates when I put them on. Yes. It's just when I get a chance. I've just got to get a chance to photograph them. This one I just finished winding last night. This is going to be a hellebore, because I did it from a picture of a hellebore we took when we were out and about. It's a bit lighter.
It's pretty though.
Than the flat, but it's really pretty colours, that one.
I don't like that one.
I have actually, I sat, oh God, the one was absolutely shattered last night. I sat.
Mother.
I know. I sat and knitted, I didn't say that out loud really. I sat and knitted a sample of this one. Because I wound on a 20-gram ball while I was doing it, so I had enough to knit a sample. I've already got a sample of the Nebula one. Don't be taking off with that, no. So, they're the 4 stripers. I dye them to my size, 64, the length for a 64 stitch cast on to do 4 rounds, or as near as damn it. And that's worked out pretty much near as damn it with mine. But if you do more stitches or do less, you should be fine if you do 72. You should probably still get 4 rounds near as damn it. 50, what's the one below, 54, 56? You might just get a bit more. Half a row, another full one side. Yeah.
Let's see how what's that?
But there you go. Quite pleased with those. They're all 4 stripers, 4 row stripers, 4 colours, 4 rows. So they should hit the shops. The shop. Has he just took off with one? No? Look at all this there. I thought he just nicked it then.
Just wandered off.
This is one, I did 2 of these, which makes a real nice man's colourway actually.
It's really nice.
If I remember, I have took a picture. I knitted from one of the balls. I knitted a small sample and then wound it back on. Because it was a mistake. I made a mistake when I was doing it. It was supposed to be Summer Meadow colour. I've done it before. I couldn't remember last time whether I did 1 ball or whether I did 2. I think I did 2, but on a previous recipe I put the measurements for 1 ball. So I thought I'd put the measurements for 1 ball for that one, even though I did 2, did them separately. So I stuck in, I doubled my amount, and obviously I didn't. It was the measurements for 2, so it doubled the strength, so it made a nice strong colour. But one of the stripes was supposed to be blue.
Yeah.
And I'm putting the wool into the pot, this section. I thought there seems to be a lot there. And I'd put 2 sections. I'd put 2 sections in the brownie colour, the goldy brownie colour, instead of 1. So you've got a green, brown, red, brown, green, brown, red, brown, which looks really nice.
Oh, we're getting tired.
But I think I might give one of these away on Instagram. So if you like that colourway, say I'll put in a shot here of what it looks like knitted up. I might put one of these in, but I'm going to give it away on Instagram. And I might, at a later date, give the other one away on here. But at the moment, because we've got the other giveaway that we're redrawing, and Nikki's got a couple of patterns.
Yeah.
I'm going to, like I said, if you don't follow us follow me on Instagram, Woolly Elephant Mum. Nikki's Woolly Elephant Daughter. I'm Woolly Elephant Mum. If you'd be interested in this, follow me on Woolly Elephant Mum on Instagram so you get the update for when I put this on as a giveaway. As also, I'm going to give a mini with it, because with the leftover yarn, I just chucked a couple of minis in to use up the leftover yarns. Each time I had a bit of cut yarn, I just chucked it in. So I'm going to give that with it as well. So it'll be a sock set when I give it away. Cool. That's it. That's me done.
I decided that when I was sorting out my craft room that I was going to take out some knitting patterns to give away. These are ones that I've never used. There's nothing wrong with them. I've just never done them. So I thought I'd give them away here. So I'm going to give these away to 2 people, 1 each. Doesn't matter where you're from.
If you're interested.
This is Harley Quinn Chunky. Nice pattern.
Style pattern.
Stylecraft, the Bow Stylecraft.
These are patterns used to buy mine.
And then there's this one. For a chance to win, just comment below and tell us what other crafts you do other than knitting.
Comment below, and then we'll comments. Will you contact them through the comments?
We'll do a.
I'll send you an email link or something.
Yeah, and we'll do it that way. Just tell us what other crafts you're doing, then I'll just, after so long, before we do the next one, I'll just pick. We'll do a generator and we'll pick someone for 2 people to win it. Because we're dead interested to see what other things other people like doing. Because I saw someone do this on one of their podcasts, and it was dead interesting what other people
we're trying to get
like to do.
We're trying to get, well, we're quite varied in our crafting, so we've decided to bring a few of the things through and show more of what we do other than knitting, because everybody does other things, don't they? A lot of people do other things.
No, I certainly do.
So
there's Lego warmers on this one too. I didn't even notice.
This is yarn I used to sell in my shop. I've got loads of patterns. I've got quite a few patterns still left, probably Stylecraft patterns where I've got 2 or 3 of the same. I never thought of doing that actually, could give them away.
So yeah, there we go. I think I actually got these from a charity shop.
That one you didn't, that's one of mine.
Is it?
That's one of mine, yeah.
I remember buying some chunky ones from a
Or it
charity shop.
might be one I gave you. I don't know about that one,
like
but that one.
Yeah. There's no markings on them or anything.
So they're like brand new. Right, so we'll put all the details and links of where you can find us below.
What's the matter?
The best place if you want to contact us is through Instagram. We do have a Ravelry group, which is pretty inactive because we're not active in it. But you can if you ever want to contact us, you can contact us through Ravelry, because I do check on it quite regularly in case anybody does. Because we told people for the last giveaway, you can contact us, send us a message.
Ravelry nearly every day.
Send us a message through Ravelry, so you can get us, either of us there. We'll put the details underneath, and like I say, on Instagram, I'm on Instagram all the time, and I say Woolly Elephant Mum, Woolly Elephant Daughter. That's the best place to contact us if you use Instagram. Can they message us through the Facebook page?
Yeah.
Or through we have a Woolly Elephant.
Through to me.
We have a Woolly Elephant page. It's just Woolly Elephant, isn't it, on Facebook?
Same logo and everything. So
we don't post on that. What we post on there tends to come through from what we post on Instagram.
Yeah.
So, but you can contact us through there as well, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So, without further ado, until next time.
Bye.